Okay, I'm not going to do another financial video for a while. I appreciate everybody with all the comments. I'm still getting lots of people who want the spreadsheet. I know I did the bonds. I'm getting away from that on this video. I'm running as far as I can. I just wanted to put out the facts the best that I could so people will be informed. I didn't want anybody being deceived by it was so inexpensive, you didn't need any money to move there. You do. And believe it or not, I'm coming up onto like my 100th video on the villages. So I put out a lot of information, everything from buying, and most of you all know that. So today, what are my top 3 reasons to pick in the villages? And I will say, ignore all of my financial videos and all of the videos you could take negative, bonds and tax bills and all those things. Let's just put that aside. Let me tell you the 3 things that I have found influence your decision more than the price and the financial side. So let's get right to it. Number 1. And I said I would ignore financial, but it's the homes and the home prices. Even if you add up the cost of the home, the bond, buying the land, you're cheaper than most of the other competing retirement communities. I looked into Margaritaville. It was much higher than the villages when I looked at Margaritaville in Daytona. And by the time you got done building your house there, you were in the 550, 600,000 compared to in the 300,000s with a bond, but your bond, you didn't make it to 400,000. The same thing with Lakewood Ranch in Sarasota, Florida. That's another good comparison because they have a town square. They are a big master plan community, similar to the villages, closer to the beach, but not on the beach. They're a master plan, and their homes average more than usually $600,000. So when people look at my videos and say, hey, I can't afford it, well, you can't afford it at those locations either. Now, they do have, just like the villages, you can have $1 million home, you can build whatever you want in those communities, and I say whatever you want within their guidelines of that community. But I still say the homes for what you get for the price. Because even in New England, small little capes that were built are going for almost 400,000 here that don't have any square footage. They don't have really any bigger lot sizes in some of these communities up here. So when I start to compare, most homes in New England are $500,000-$600,000. It's comparable. So where you live, you might have bought a home years ago, but if you look at prices, the villages still isn't as expensive as you think it is. Even with me talking about bonds and taxes and all those things, my taxes in New England are double what they are in Florida. So, okay, try not to talk about budget. Number 2, no place has the golf cart infrastructure that the villages. It's probably the number 1 thing on my list that I like, being able to drive around on a golf cart and go to town squares, go to the supermarket, go to the swimming pool. I just love that convenience of the golf cart. I can't get over it. I can't find anything like it. And I also think it's an activity anybody can do. It's not just one spouse that's going to like driving the golf cart. Everybody in the family will like driving the golf cart. And there's plenty of places to go, and the Villages does a great job. Even if people complain a little bit, the golf cart infrastructure is just so big. 3 counties, getting around. You can't get that outside of the Villages unless you cheat, maybe if there's a community that somehow you're sneaking through. But it's that where I go, or to rec centers and events, and you only get if you buy in the villages. So the golf cart, you just love doing that. Just something that you just, there's a time in your life that's perfect for that kind of vehicle and transportation to get around. And the weather, because of the weather, it's a great way to get around. The third item, hit in many, many videos. People want to see more or different things. It's clearly the activities you get in the villages. You know, other places, I try not to mention them, but other places might have a square or something, and it's not 7 days a week. If you really look into it, it's not, the communities are smaller, there's not as much activity. There may be a few people that go all the time, but not the villages. You get to pick, you get to go to different dancing, different bands, the sports, golf, pickleball, swimming. I mean, golf, not totally free. They have executive courses that you pay $4 for your golf cart to go around. And then you got a monthly fee of like $8 to sign up online in order to get in those. So there's costs, but it's minor. It's not like belonging to a country club that usually looking for $5,000 or more for revenue from your membership. The villages, no, that's not what it's like. They do have championship golf courses. People that want to go to that level, it's there. It's great. You also can't describe the educational opportunities, the presentations that people do, the information that's shared. Like, I went to my regional recreational center for a class on keto. I enjoyed it. It wasn't packed, but they did a great presentation and gave some input of what, if you're looking into that diet, what you would need to do, what foods to eat. I'm giving that as an example because next to me was, you know, they have a drumming class on these big, you know, what do you want to call those, exercise balls? People bringing them in, doing an exercise in the next room. So it's, and that room was full. That room was full. They did a class. There's lots to do there that I just can't get across. That's why people that do a lifestyle visit get to experience the golf cart. That comes with it. They get to experience the home, and then they get to experience these activities. You can't get these activities. Okay, I live in a community that's not too big. It's a small city. It's not the same. It is nowhere near. I can go to my, auditorium, local auditorium, and speakers come, wrote books, and you can go to shows at we have an events area, and we have entertainers that come. But they get like 10 a year. Okay, it's not like it is in the villages where there's always something going on. That's the big part is there's so many activities, you have to find what you like. For instance, I signed up for the New Hampshire group. I live in New Hampshire. I'm still part-time. I thought I would be full-time by now, but I'm still part-time. But I found this New Hampshire group, and I saw their list recently of their for upcoming meeting and then their proposed meetings for each month. You know, that might be fun. I got to go to one. I got to see what it's like. So you'll find what you like, what groups you like, what bars you want to go to when you want to watch your favorite football team from whatever part of the country you come from. It's a great thing. But there's still 3 reasons you pick the villages over everything else. Now, not everyone will fit in. Not everyone will fit in with every group or activity. That's going to be up to you to make it work. But those 3 things, come on. The homes, you don't hear anybody complaining about their homes. Some people, okay, there'll be a Facebook page and there'll be some issue, minor issue with their home that they can fix, but most of us are happy with the properties. Golf carts, everybody has a flavor of the day. Do you want electric? Do you want gas? How far do you go each day? Activities, everybody has their favorite band at the square, or they have, what I like is I just drive around in the golf cart and I go to my local square, see what's happening, see how good the band is, spend 10, 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour, listen a little bit, see who's there, talk to somebody if they're interested, then I head home. It's great. That is such a relaxed thing that most communities and most homes, you're either in a rural part of the country where it's a long ways to your neighbor, or it's an effort to get coordinated, or you live downtown where everybody just doing their own thing. The Villages is unique in that way. Now I'd like to do this. I'm going to run a scroll at the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen to thank all of those that like the information that I handed out and like my videos enough to either be a super thanks fan or buy me a cup of coffee. I really appreciated it. Thank you very much. Again, I do this for the fun of it and to let you have the information that you might want to know. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And look for me in the Villages. I'm going to be there in October. I'm there in October. I'm not there this month, but I will be there in October. Hope to see you.